and welcome to the Swedish Zwift Racing Cup, race number 6 in the series. And today we are over in New York and we are going to race the Park Perimeter reverse course. And I say welcome to Carl also. And how are you doing today, Carl?
Hello. Well, I'm fine, actually. Under these circumstances that we live under now, I think I am rather safe and sound. So it's a super pleasure to be here again, Martin.
It's very nice to hear. Shall we take a look at the course profile of the day here?
Yeah. The Park Perimeter Loop is the outermost ground level path around Central Park. So we are not going up in any futuristic paths or so in this beautiful area of New York. But, well, it's a loop of 9.7 kilometers. And all the racers will do the loop 3 laps. So in total 29 kilometers. It will be fast and furious today, Martin.
Yeah, and let's take a short look on the reality, how it looks inside Zwift in a short presentation, about a minute long. Are you on the correct page so you can see it?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. It's a quick one.
Well, we start taking off, and now we will actually then head in the
reverse
direction. So this course is actually not flat at all. It's up and down, up and down. It's not those ridiculously high hills or climbs, but you will definitely feel it. The racers will feel it, and you will see it if you're a spectator of this race. It is a lot of opportunities for breakaways and to split up the larger pelotons. But it's also only one part of the course where it's a longer downhill, and there maybe we will see some super tuck positions also, but very short, only for some seconds. But a well-needed rest for the racers.
Yeah, and I love this course. It's a rolling course. It goes up and down, very short, punchy climbs, as you said, and it's very fun to race on.
Yeah, and it's not flat. As we said, it's up and down, and it's 120 meters per lap in elevation gain. So yeah, it's a rather tough course.
Yeah,
when the speed is so high.
Yeah, no resting, just race all the time.
Yeah.
And a short look on the results, how it looks in the
overall standing.
Yeah,
exactly. We are blessed with having such a huge competition in this race. So we are having some Swedes in the top, but you have to consider also that it's super important to be consistent in the top results, and it's possible to take away 2 results in the total if you have done all of the events. So it's only the 8 best results in points that counts in the total. So we see Johan Gren and Henrik Öijer, they have participated in every race, but Stefan Kirchmeier on 3rd spot here, he is actually having a higher average value. You can see his rank here, 96 points in average, with his 2 wins and a 2nd place, and also the 4th race he participated in, he also took a lot of points. So Stefan Kirchmeier is actually one of the top spot favorites in this series. And then
jumping into B.
Yeah, in the B category, we also have, it's a lot of Swedes in the top, but as well as in the A category, we also have some Kirchmeier e-cycling racers. You can see Sanjat and Magnus chasing all of the 3 Swedes in the top, Selstedt, Sylvén, and Svensson. So super interesting here, and a lot of possibilities for the chasers behind, and it's fun to see the more international riders coming up in the overall standing.
And right now we have 900 riders signed up for the race
It's
tonight.
crazy.
So
it will be a lot again, and it will be fast and furious for sure for that reason too.
yeah.
And then
Oh,
in
this is. Must have clicked this one.
yeah, exactly. Here, now I see. So again, Kirchmeier in the top here, actually also in the overall standing. So Kasperek, we will see later a presentation of Andreas. He is in the top. He have only participated in 4, so really, really strong. But he is closely followed by only 1 point behind Lewis Duffield. And then we have some Swedes, Johan Andersson on the 3rd and Håkan Olsson on the 4th spot. So this is a tight game for sure.
Very close points there.
Yeah, and here again a lot of Swedes in the top, but as you can see, it's all about gaining a lot of points, taking a lot of points in every race now that we have still in the cup. So, but Peter Janeröd in a lead, followed by Peter Bolinder and Anders Pettersson.
And in the ladies' women's race.
Yeah, and in the women's race, we also have some impressive results here. If you see Emma Belforth, undefeated, but it hasn't been easy. It's so close now in the last stages. Malin has been so close, so she is really up for it and she want to compete. But these women have a solid lead, and here you can see the points are much less because it hasn't been that many women in the first races, but it's increasing. And I saw now the latest I saw it was 25 riders in the A category, so it's increasing and increasing, and we are super happy for that. And Alzini, she is chasing the Swedes. And yeah, the B category, again, a lot of Swedes in the top. Anna Karlsson, Emily Sjögren, and Emily Segerlind. And we also had some other racers here. We also had Cecilia Lauri, but she was upgraded, and also Lisa Hermansson in the beginning, but she was also upgraded. So here it's about consistency in the B category, and they are giving everything they can. So we have some new overall leaders now, and this is super fun to see how it's possible to upgrade in the higher category too, but leaving a new overall result list like this.
Sure. And the Seal ladies.
Yeah, Malin Bengtsson has been very, very good in every race. She's still waiting for the first win, but she is in the top overall, but closely followed by Ann-Louise Ingvarsson and Therese Kaldegård. And then it's a bigger distance to the 4th spot, but it can be a lot of points gained in the last 5 events now. So we are only halfway through. And in the D, again, very, very solid races by the top riders here, and they are almost every time on the top 3, but also some chasers there from Portugal. We see also Madeira, she also want to go up on the top 3 spot. So we are super happy to have all the Portuguese riders in this competition too, and let's hope that they continue to take a lot of podiums. But Engström followed by Westberg, and then Afonso in the top in the D women's category.
Yeah, and that was the result standings right now, but it will all change in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Let's take a look on the race ending in the A category men's race last week.
Yeah.
Are you ready? We see Johan Norén in the picture.
Yeah, and this is actually really fun. We follow then Johan Norén a little bit here, and you can see him pushing.
Very soon.
Yeah, he's pushing, and very soon something will happen with Johan Norén. We will jump over now because it's only 300 meters to the finish line, so you can still see Johan Norén. We jump over to Kirchmeier. They are accelerating now in the pack, pushing, and there you can see Johan Norén. His drive line jumped off, so he had a major issue and he couldn't complete the race, but you could see here the sprint and Kirchmeier taking a superb win.
Yeah, and the ladies was not that. It was very exciting too.
Yeah, for sure, very exciting. But again, very impressive push and long sprint by Emma Belforth. It was Malin Rönnqvist Kågström who increased the speed the last kilometer, but then Emma said, thanks a lot for that. Now I will take the sprint, and she pushed all the way, and she was closely followed there by the Italian Alzini, the Italian woman, and she was not though getting closer. So Emma could, you see, impressive long sprint, keeping up the power in the legs, even if it's uphill. And here you can see Alzini. Yeah, okay, Alzini was actually getting closer, but Emma had it all under control. Impressive push in the impressive sprint there by Alzini, and then behind her it was very close sprint also.
Okay, let's jump into the presentations in a minute.
Yeah. We have some. Actually, we have Martin. You have prepared some presentations, so that's cool. It will be. We always try to present some riders and some teams. So today you will see some. We will go quickly through the riders that we have, and this is one of the new really top favorites in the A category. It's Niklas Pedersen from the team Po Auto, and this is a very interesting rider. He is a young rider, born 1993, and he has been though competing on a high elite level for 8 years, and also 4 years as continental rider. You can see he's really experienced now. His main strength is the sprint, and he loves his Taxneo, and his favorite quote then, train hard, race easy. So yeah, this is a hardcore rider for sure that we will keep an eye on.
Oh, it was correct. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, cool feature. That's good. And Christer Selstedt, he's actually in the lead right now then. So we will keep an eye on Christer, and he is in the lead in the B category, and there we also want to keep an eye on him because he is really up for a good race today. He is his main strength as a Swifter is strong for short period of time, so that can be very useful now in the short uphills and in the sprint. And you can always go back in this broadcast and have a look at all the answers, but we will quickly go through so we don't miss the start. Here, one of the challengers in the B category, the Austrian Philip Sanyath. He has been winning 4 times. So actually every time he competed in this cup. And you can see he raced for Kirchmeier Cycling, and he's also been biking, but not for so long. He's been in other sports like parkour and free running for the last 16 years, but he started biking since 2018. And he loves his favorite training session is outdoor, 40 seconds uphill for chasing some hunts in Strava probably.
He's incredibly strong in the sprints. We have seen that in every race. So watch out for him.
Yeah, this course will be very suitable for him.
Yeah.
And then we have the one of the contenders in C category, Andreas Kasperek. Yeah, the leader. And Andreas is then also racing for Kirchmeier Cycling, and he started cycling in 2010. And his main strength, he chose to mention 2 of them, and it's he can dig very deep or go very deep, and he got a very good mental strength, and that is super important because there will be situations both in this race today and all the other races on Zwift where you need the mental strength for sure. So and then we have Peter Janröd in the D category, and he is in the superb lead. He has been very consistent in racing always in the top 3 spots, and competing then in the D category a lot against a lot of sandbagging riders. So he keeps a very steady pace and is always there in the top in the end in Zwift Power. And you can see he's he's been racing even longer than on his bike, and he loves his cycling shoes, and he also loves the area around the Lake Roxen where he is nearby living. We jump over to the ladies in the B category. Here we have then the new leader in the B category, Anna Karlsson, and she likes very different disciplines in cycling, both road cycling and mountain bike and cyclocross, but she has done some impressive results. You can see there she's done Vätternrundan in under 7 hours 30 minutes, and that she did with the Skoda cycling team. She was specifically selected to join that team for 1 year.
That's really impressive
yeah,
numbers.
It's really impressive.
It's 300 kilometers race here in Sweden.
Yeah, it's impressive, so impressive. And then Malin Bengtsson. So actually then Malin, I will just check quickly her spot.
Leader in C.
Total. Now she's the leader. So well, impressive here again. She has been riding outdoors since 2014, and she discovered racing on Zwift just some months ago. So she's been very fast learner, and now she's in the top already in her category. Great. We carry on. Linda Puck Engström. She is the overall leader in the D category on the women's side. And here you can also see she have done Vätternrundan twice, and she's done a half Ironman too. And she is actually questioning what is training. She always race, and this is a very impressive woman. She is really loving to race, and she race really good. So interesting and very we are very happy to have her on the start line today too.
Some of the teams here.
Yeah, we will present, and here we go quickly through. So Team Puauto, this is a small team but very good. We have seen them also really competitive in the team time trail. If you haven't watched any of those videos, check them out. They are very often in the top, and keep an eye on the individual riders too. Very good. Vikings, this is a Scandinavian team, including a lot of Norwegian, Danish and Swedish, maybe some Finnish also, Icelandic maybe, but Vikings is open for a lot of nationalities, and they have 859 members. So yeah, they really want to contribute to the growth of Zwift for the Scandinavian riders. Then we have the Zwift dropouts, the dropouts team. That they are not that many by number, but they have the world ranked #1 just recently, at least, Brett Boniface in the team, and a lot of other good riders. So they really put together a nice team and compete on the highest level. So really good team here. Yeah, then we have a relatively new team, but very big. They are just growing and growing. So they are probably a lot more by numbers now, but this is a community team then for France, and they also have a lot of good riders here. So yeah.
And the last.
Viva France and Kirchmeier e-cycling, one of the strongest team in this cup. We will have a look at the individual riders here, but they also want to be more recognized by the Zwift community, and they are growing for sure. So a really nice and interesting team to have in this cup. Now we are close to start.
Yeah, so let's head over to the A category men here. And let's give me 1 second.
Yep.
Just adjust a few things here.
Great. We will jump into the start very shortly. We just see the riders soon
Maybe I'm taking
starting out
off.
of the going out of the start pen in New York Central Park, and oh yeah, it's really quick race. So now if you click on someone else, you can see the name correctly also
We are
at the
looking
top.
at Daniel Pinto at the moment, as you see on the screen also, Carl.
Yeah, I see it. It just says watching Martin Björgvik on the top.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, great. So here we actually have then.
We have Daniel on the screen. Here's
Great.
another TTU. Let's see if I can catch him. Oh, he disappeared.
Oh, you can see here how we can only see the first 100 in the pack. So the pack is longer than you can actually see, and the Zwift can only or Zwift choose to only display 100 riders at the same time in a big peloton. So there are more starting, and it's a longer peloton, but at least we see the start now. And now right now we follow Samuel Brännlund, and
We also see him in the picture, on the screen.
oh great, yeah.
Just
So we
adjusting
can
a little here.
perfect. Here you can see Samuel Brännlund live pedaling in his room, in his Zwift room at home in Lycksele, north part of Sweden. So very calm, good pace, staying in the front part of the pack. You can see on the upper top right overview, and we have been riding now for 1.5 kilometers, and it's pretty stable first peloton here in the front. The front of the
Large
peloton.
peloton.
Yeah, large.
235 riders in the A category.
We will see soon. It will be one of the first real hill climbs, and we will maybe see a little bit of a split. You can actually see the percentage there up in the top right corner. You can see now it's a little bit of a bump, but it's rather flat in this area. And we are just taking, as I said, the outermost ground level path around Central Park. So if you have been in Central Park, you might actually see some landmarks that you actually remember from Central Park. And yeah, here we have a little bit of an uphill actually. So you can see also here 4% increasing and 5%. So it's actually then a little bit of a kick uphill. So if you're in the back of the pack, you really need to stay with the peloton so you don't lose some meters, because now it goes down really steep instead. So if you lose that, if you can't close the gap, you are off.
Yeah, this looks better than any group ride on Zwift right now.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to stay close together.
Yeah, really close together.
As close as they can to the front, but not in the front.
Yeah, they definitely love this. Yeah, all the ones who manage to stay like and feel a little bit calm, yeah, staying in the front of this pack is really relaxed now. But you can see the speed, 50 kilometers per hour. So you really have to push hard. And you see here the one we follow, Helbig, pushing close to 400 watts just to stay on the same position in the peloton. Not
Right
even
now we're
being in the
watching
front.
Matthias Lundqvist at the pictures here. We'll jump to him here on Zwift too, so we can follow a correct rider.
Yeah, now we see here too. So you can also see here we are using Zoom. So we have some riders then that volunteer to broadcast actually live from their Zwift setups and the riders themselves. So Matthias Lundqvist, one of the best riders in Sweden for sure. He has been competing a lot in Pro-Am competition series and also the Zwift Classic individual races. So he's really strong.
Quickly over to the lady start now. We are starting in just a second here. Here we are.
Great.
5 seconds to go.
And now you will see how everyone then get released from the start pen and push really hard to stay in the pack. And here we have a lot of women starting at the same time. So actually A, B, C, and D category starting all together. And for sure, the A women push really hard in the start just to they are excited to be able to push away from all the others, not only the competitors, but also the other categories in Zwift. They don't want to have too many following them for free, for sure. But the B, C, and D category riders, the women, they really want to surf on the backs of the A category
Hang on
women in the
as long as we
front.
can.
Yeah, absolutely, and why not? It's a mass start. It's just possible to draft a lot, but it hurts a lot to push on your limit. So yeah, and we see here Kågström, she's pushing a lot of watts. It's really high speed, and now Malin push herself up in the front. She want to increase the speed even more, and the speed is just increasing. So yeah, it's really, really hard.
We'll show. I hope I can do that.
Yeah, you can arrange that, and I will commentate on the picture that we see right now. So
now we have Anna Svedström in the picture. I will see if I can find her also in the group here.
yeah. Yeah, because
Sitting with Kågström at the moment.
right now it's actually Selstedt that we follow. So.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a mix of women on the left and,
Yeah.
and the men's race on the right. But
Let's go back
great.
to the correct.
Yeah, we will jump. We will do that again.
Jump
So
into the
yeah.
ladies race here with the
You
correct
had a little
riders.
bit of a sneak peek on the B men riders too. But here you have Anna Svedström, and right now we follow Malin. So if you can jump over and try to find.
I will try to find her, but not the.
No, yeah, it's no stress. We are still just 2 kilometers into the race, but you can see here it's interesting. It's actually then Anna Svedström is using a little bit of a setup where she can wobble a little bit freely, so she is not on a really static setup. So, but she is focused and she is connected. Also, you can see her. She is using earphones. So
Now we're on Anna.
yeah, and she is in the front for sure. Yeah. She is a strong rider now in the front of the peloton, increasing the speed. This is a rider, really, really strong one. She has also been participating in both Zwift Classic races and Pro-Am races. And she got a lot of experience on high level cycling. So she got a lot of routine, a lot of medals from a lot of master races in different disciplines, and she's now also contributing to some paracycling assistance for some for a really top ranked woman competing in paracycling. So
should we
really
now
good.
take a look at the bees? Perhaps we jump over to the bees
Mm?
and see how they are doing. If I can get the technique to work as I would like that.
So all the spectators, we really hope that you can enjoy now that we mix in a little bit from all the different categories and also some cool features here with some live videos. But if yeah, as you see now, we are following the B category, and I will check now. Can you give it to me on the big second screen too?
Yeah, it
Monitor too.
is.
Now it is. Yeah.
It is.
Great. Christer Selstedt. We follow Christer, and he is the overall leader in the B category. Great. And here they have a hill. So this is
This is
7% right there, and it will be 5% now, 7% again. So it's a tough one. 10% uphill.
this is a little longer than going the other way. I think this hill.
Yeah, it's
The
a
other
little bit
one is
longer. Yeah.
the other one is short and punchy, but with steep
Normally,
gradient.
normally in the normal direction of the park perimeter loop, this is a long, nice downhill, and you can really relax down to the ice rink, and now it's uphill instead. So we will for sure see some separation here in the pack, and you can see how it actually happens on the overview to the right. Can you zoom in a little bit on that, and you just click on and change the view of the map?
Sure.
So great to have it. This is good. Here you can see perfect. Here you can see the front, and actually the other ones chasing behind. You see maybe some. No, they are too far away for sure. So this is the pack with the B, where we have the racers that are competing for the top spots. But there will be separation in this. A lot of riders that will not manage this high speed. You can see also here in this category 4%, and it's 43 kilometers per hour. It's incredibly high speed. And right now we are following Christer Selstedt. You can see in the right column, and you see all the riders that he is competing against, and you can see how stretched out it is. Now it's serious. Now you don't want to be behind someone that can't manage to close the gap.
Yeah.
Because then it will be very, very hard to close the gap yourself. You don't only have to pass and overtake that person, you have to bridge the gap. But it seems like the pack is all focused to come together. But this uphill hurts a lot, and it's long, like you said.
And a short look in the seas, and we are watching Tobias Edenius at the moment also on the screen.
Oh yeah, and here we have had a lot of separation.
Yeah.
You can see on the overview, it's a lot of different big groups and also small groups ahead with people dropping off from the front packs. But we also know that we have a lot of riders here not registered on Zwift Power or registered on Zwift Power but in the wrong categories. So we will keep an eye on Zwift Power just to give you viewers of understanding for who is on what spot actually then in Zwift Power, because this is our source of result list. So, but this is a tough uphill. You can see how Tobias now struggle to manage with the front of this pack, but he is, well, yeah, he had to stay with this front pack because it will be even more gaps when they come over the corner and the front speeds up. So it's a very technical course here in Central Park.
Okay, and a short view of the D's also. And I'm jumping on Auris here, because I know he's a really strong rider, and he sits in the 18th place at the moment, looks like.
Yeah.
And fine, here he is.
Great. They are also very close to the uphill now. This is, you see the ice rink to the left. It's just around a corner here to the left, taking a left turn, and then the uphill starts. You can see how it hits now on the top right corner, and it
As a
increases
D,
here.
you really feel this.
Yeah, this is so tough. You have to. It's very, very important to come into this steep hill with a lot of speed, but you still don't want to be in the front. So this is actually impressive how Auris then can stay very, 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 very good position behind some backs and enjoying a draft. So yeah, really good.
Jumping back to the A riders here with Samuel.
Great. If you can also on the second screen there we have it. Great. Oh wow, no, it's still a very, very solid pack, and this is, yeah, we can see one on the mountain bike. He's for sure not on a mountain bike in his view. It's only that he realized he was on a mountain bike jumping into the start pen, and then he changed afterwards, but he's not on a mountain bike. It's not possible to follow. yeah, Samuel is for sure not on a mountain bike, pushing a lot here. You can also see he has to push 400 watts just to stay uphill, and now it's a downhill part of the course, and they have been racing for 12.8 kilometers, and in total we have 29 kilometers. So, well, they are out on the second lap, and the pack is not that big. I don't know if you quickly can jump back a little bit too. Now
Oh,
we see also the
I'm jumping back to Mikael
just to see,
Olden.
yeah, to see how many are in the pack. Here, oh yeah, here we can see now. This is a chasing group. Then they will not, unfortunately, have any chance to bridge or to come back into the race. But you can see how many strong riders that are in this pack. So if we jump forward a little bit, we also have another group. Now they are just up on the hill here. They will go downhill for this nice area where we had the other. And here we have, yeah, Nyström, Sandström. They
Yeah.
are all dropped. They all
Yeah,
dropped off a little bit earlier.
about 37 seconds up to the
Yeah, you
main
can
group,
see
I
on the
guess.
right, you can see the distance to the front group, 35 seconds back, and it will only increase, unfortunately. But they will get caught by the chasing pack behind, and then they will have a competition in the competition, so to say. It's always nice to ride on Zwift and to compete against someone. Here we
We're
have.
jumping forward. It was not that group, so the front are even further ahead.
Yeah, it's
1 minute. Minute
here
ahead.
you can see the front pack has been taking an uphill, going in 23 kilometers, 25 kilometers per hour, and it's so tough to stay with the pack. Here you can see Tobias struggling on, and we jump forward a little bit. It's people
Oh,
dropping off all the time here in the back.
stretching, stretching, and stretching.
McLaughlin, he's managing to stay, having some contact in the draft here. You can see how he is perfectly positioned. But if there is a gap in front of him, he needs to trust that they will manage to close the gaps. So it's incredibly high speed, and now it's an uphill again coming here. And you can see how long the tail is, and how on the overview up in the right corner, you can see how long the peloton is. So taking yourself from here, you have to push every hill just to stay on the tail and hope that the tail will not break, because now the tail will probably break. You can jump forward a little bit more. Impressive numbers by McLaughlin, but
Oh, we got a
you
split
can
here
see
now.
one of the riders from Pualto was struggling there. Here we have also, oh, it's super strong riders, and yeah, it's incredible speed in the front.
So we have Lundqvist.
Yeah.
See if I
So
can.
this is serious work put into this riders. It has been, we have seen it from a lot of people broadcasting how much they suffer during these races, but it's also the extreme joy of being able to stay in the front pack. So they are giving the best now. Now it's a little bit of downhill, so they can lower the the power edge a little bit, but they have to be focused, because here it's a big uphill again. We have been riding for almost 16 kilometers, and this is a big uphill, and now it will be tough. Now you can see the numbers increasing here. The riders have to push over 500 watts. Oh,
Really strong riders today.
yeah. Yeah, I know you can push a lot more than 500 watts, Martin.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not that many watts per kilo. So
It's a little bit about that too, and also
yeah,
to be able to follow for 16 kilometers and then to push those numbers
yeah.
also. But yeah, well, now they are over the top, and it will be downhill. So
And we can
yeah.
see Matthias Lundqvist sitting here enjoying his ride on his Monarch trainer
Oh yeah, great. So in view.
in view, and a nice downhill to rest a few seconds.
He looks very focused, very happy to be riding today, and he's very well positioned in the front of the pack, not going too offensive and trying to do any breakaways or so. But we will see. It will be
Yes, it's really close to the front now.
Yeah.
Should we take a look at the ladies again, perhaps?
Yeah, we saw the men, they had passed 17 kilometers, but the women then, they are now on 11 kilometers. So we are now following again then Svärdström, and we will soon see her on the small screen too. You can see
I will
right now.
just fix this. Correct? Not?
Yeah, we'll see. You can hear
Yeah,
we
we are
actually,
watching Svärdström here.
yep, Svärdström on the live screen. We have a much smaller group here, and we are not surprised because they were not as many starting in the A category, but we can see some really big names, some really good riders here, and again, Belfort and Kågström, the two riding, competing in every of these races in this cup together, also a lot in the front, but now they also have company of Nichols from Ireland. Nilon is here again from Heino team, really good rider. And we have Bieber from Germany, and we also have Ronkainen, a B rider. We know she did win one stage, and it's super impressive to have a B rider still after all these hills in the A front pack. So, and also then 17 seconds back, unfortunately, we have a lot of other riders. You can see Anna Karlsson, the leader, overall leader, 18 seconds back. Probably that's a rather big group, but here we have the strongest rider. You can see Therese Ove is here too, and Giesen. No, Giesen is in the second group. Sorry. You can see on the right hand. We also have Israelic, probably a triathlon woman, yeah, because it says three there in the brackets, and Resnikov from Israel. So very nice to see some international competition, and Cotter also from Ireland, and Santos,
Yeah,
Anna Santos, nice to see.
give her a ride on.
Absolutely, and everybody that is watching and can jump in using the Zwift companion app or are in Zwift riding, they can jump over and give a lot of ride-ons to these good riders. And
Over in B with Sanjat.
it was super impressive, pushing in the front. Magnus and Sanjat, it's a little bit like Romario and Bebeto, remembering the World Cup in soccer
Yeah,
'94. They are there in the front, working as a team, really to destroy the pack in the back. So very impressive. Now we have a Spanish guy pushing a lot of high powerage in the front, but
yeah.
you can also see how Sanjat and Magnus knows that, okay, that is probably unreal, but we will have a look at Zwift power later on to see if this Spanish guy in the front is pushing real
There's
watts.
also a guy on a TT bike here. Who is that?
Yeah,
See that
probably
in
like
the...
we said, we saw a mountain bike earlier too.
Yeah, I
I
saw
think
that too.
they realize it when they are in the start pen, and then they change to a road bike for sure, because it would never be possible to stay in this pack with a TT bike that makes you that makes it undraftable to follow any other rider. So no, not happening.
Could be
Anyway,
Johnson. Yeah, I think it's T. Johnson.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, T. Johnson,
He really gets a hard race for
it
sure.
looks like he's on a triathlon bike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
wow.
is.
Well, he's not. But anyway, next time, uh, then use, yeah, looks really cool with a Swedish national dress. It's
But
not safe though to go with a triathlon bike in a peloton, though it is on Swift. But it would be very bad idea to compete and to jump in a race with a
TT
time
bike.
trial, yeah, TT bike. You can't feel the draft from anyone. So as you can see here, he's probably enjoying the draft sitting on a road bike in his view. So it's just that Swift didn't manage to load that view to us. But interesting, they are pushing a lot in the front, a lot. And now we see a little bit of a separation. So here, actually, Jansson and the Portuguese and the Belgium rider, they need to really close the gap now if they want to be staying with the pack, because we could see Magnus and Sanjat in the front pushing again. See those serious attacks that they make a lot of damage, and these riders really need to organize themselves to speed up and to close the gap and to bridge the breakaways. So now it's a lot of strong riders coming into the front, and you can see here also Selstedt pushing and taking some responsibility here too. But being a little bit more than halfway through the race, it hurts a lot to have to bridge this kind of gap.
Okay. Trying to find a C rider, but not managing so.
Stay a little bit with
jumping back to the A riders. Look a little on them.
I must say I'm super impressed by all the strong riders managing to stay in such a high speed pace. It must be over 70 riders here, and they are all managing to stay in the world class speed. It's super impressive. And now we are following Brett Boniface from dropouts, and you can see how he is managing this group really well. He is staying in a very well positioned spot in the peloton, and he doesn't need to push too much, just being in the front or too far in the back, but he still has to push serious numbers. You can see here 450 watts going up over the top, and now it's a nice downhill with some 10 seconds of recovery, maybe 10 seconds down there, and then you have to push again.
Yeah,
so
you can't rest much on this course. It's very short.
Yeah, it's very short hills, and it's very short to the finish now. We are on the last lap, and it's 22.8 kilometers, and it's total 29 kilometers. So it's only 6 more kilometers to go for these A riders. And if you look to the right, you can see all the names popping up and nearby to Brett, the Canadian, and you can see which riders he have close to him, and you can also see how much it goes up and down in the list. People are going a little bit back and forth. They want to stay they prefer to stay a little bit in the front of the peloton, just to be sure that they don't now lose any breakaway, if it will be a breakaway or a serious attack. And we also know that the French guy are big in numbers. The Swedish team, Swedish Zwifters, are big in numbers. It can come a serious attack on this course, and they are talking over Discord app. So using that as a big benefit for the team to be able to have some tactics and communicate live while racing. We can actually encourage all the teams to use Discord app to really communicate and have some tactics or support each other while racing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see on the upper right on the overview on the map that they still have quite some distance. Now they are really on the top of the course, and they are at the big orange point on the profile, the gray profile picture there on the map. On the bottom of the small map in the corner, you can see the orange big marker, and that's the front pack. And then they have until the orange set more to the left. That there is the finish. So it's still quite some distance left, 4.5 kilometers to go, with quite some up and downs before the flat. Actually, the sprint will be a little bit downhill, so the riders really need to have a tactic clear on how they want to perform well on a downhill sprint.
153 BPMs.
Yeah, super impressive.
Just enjoying the ride, it seems like. Where
Unbelievable.
everyone's saving themselves.
Norwegian guy, Vermskog. We also have a Russian guy there pushing a lot. Yeah, good. Scottish, Netherlands, France, Portuguese, Denmark. There we had Pedersen again, Niklas Pedersen. Nice to see. He's still in the front pack. Nice. We presented Niklas earlier in this broadcast. Now we can see that he is still one of the one of the guys in this front peloton. And Foldager.
Another guy from Innovation.
Oh yeah, Lindblom. Really good rider, super strong, very experienced also from Innovation.
Zimmerman is here also.
Oh yeah, the reigning champion from. Oh, he was at least. No, yeah, he has been from the Evoque bike team. Zimmerman, he won the national 1 year.
So who do you put your money on here to follow in the sprint?
Yeah, I actually, as it is a downhill sprint, I'm not so sure that Samuel Brännlund will be in the top. We have a lot of other strong sprinters too. They will have to push incredibly high wattage to be able to just push themselves into the front. Now it's a downhill, they can relax a lot. Now it will be a longer. This downhill is actually really nice and long, but then now getting closer to the bottom, they just have an uphill, and then it will be really hard and fast, increasing speed all the way to the finish. But well, I think Zimmerman is really strong on a sprint. He can be one of the favorites for sure. But Hodges, we see one of the Brian Hodges.
Yeah.
Also Brett Boniface. I can't pick a favorite for sure. I don't think it will be Swedish victory today. That I can say. I can hope for it, but I don't think
it will
so.
be a tight finish, I believe, anyhow.
Oh yeah, crazy riding.
And I will do my best.
Nicky Hug is in the race too, BRT rider. Yeah. Here we have Brett Boniface. A lot of strong riders. Yeah, you can just mentally focus on how to try to capture the front.
Yeah.
And which angle you should take, because it will be incredibly fast, and how to capture this in a good way. This is a very fast and furious sprint. Now we're up on the plateau, so now it will be a little bit flat area, a little bit kicker uphill, and just 500 meters, and then it's rather flat and actually more downhill, even if not that many percentage of decline, but it will be more downhill. So it's all about positioning and getting yourself a nice sweet spot in the front, just drafting, and let other more eager riders be in the front, increasing the speed by mistake or by purpose. But we never know now who is pushing for a lead out for someone else, or will it be just passive riding. And like right now we follow Samuel Brännlund. I don't know if you can you get no in picture? No,
I can, perhaps.
You can try. We still have some 1.5 kilometer to go
in here real quick.
Actually, with the lead in, it will be a little bit longer. So you can see now it's almost 2 kilometers to go. So it will be a little bit longer. We will actually be riding more than 29 kilometers, as it said on the Zwift Power and on the invitation. But the riders know exactly how far it is to the finish. They will see a countdown instead of standing like now. You can see watching Samuel Brännlund. They will see exactly how far it is, and Samuel is now actually trying to bridge a little bit here to connect to the breakaway. It was a little bit of a breakaway happening, and then Samuel had to push just to not lose that pack. But still, all the others, they really try to follow Samuel also. Keep an eye on Samuel, then you will get a top spot. But who will win this? I'm not sure that Samuel. You can see how Samuel now is getting more focused.
On his bike, yeah, he's really focused now.
Yeah, super. He really enjoys this, getting it in. Now you can see the finish on the up on the top, and now you will see increasing numbers here. And this is the front pack. Now they're pushing really hard, and it's Lindberg taking a lot of wind in the front. Kirschmeier takes over.
Wow, 17
Matthias
watts.
Strebel, Foldager in the front. Wigfors goes up. Maybe Wigfors is pushing. Now, Johan Gren in the front. But then Hodges. Oh, Hodges, Gren. Impressive. Like we said, Hodges was actually then very, very well positioned. Now you can
Jumping over to the bees now.
Yeah, jump over to the bees. As I said, they are going incredibly fast too. They are in the uphill, so they still have a little bit more than 2 or 3 kilometers to go. But Hodges took it just ahead of Johan Gren. I was right there. It was not a Swedish win, but Johan Gren was very close.
We'll just do this by wait.
Oh yeah, we're
not watching this.
Yeah, see, Sanyath. Yeah, Sanyath is well positioned for sure in the pack. 10th spot. We'll see if we have anyone. No, this is probably the front pack for sure.
Yeah, it must be.
It must be, though it says 6th spot. Yeah, it must be. Sometimes they don't show it. It doesn't show the correct numbers there in the right column. You can see here, even if Sanyath is in the front, it says 5th, but it must be that Sanyath is in the front. I will actually check quickly. We still have some time, so we will try to support you with that. Having a look now.
No distance to the front anyhow, so I just guess. But they are close. See them on the scene here. Zoomed out a little too much. Oh, there are a few. Can try and go forward. Some F Pata Negra at 7 watts per kilo constant.
Yeah, we can skip them.
I think we can jump
Yeah,
them.
we are pretty sure that this is the front pack, so.
These are the ones that will show up on Zwift Power after the race.
Well, I also see the preliminary results now. It was Brian Hodges, Johan Gren, Brett Boniface, Nicky Hug, Samuel Brännlund, Niklas Pedersen, Max Augt, the French guy, Borlido, Portuguese, Stefan Kirschmeier, Henrik Öijer, Andreas Foldager, Luc Gulbult from Canada. Oh, amazing riders in the front. Super fun to see. And now, yeah, you can see the pack is getting more and more concentrated in the B category. And Sanyath is very well positioned. And just enjoy the show now. I'm pretty sure that it will be Magnus or Sanyath taking this sprint. It depends a little bit on their possibility to do a good downhill sprint. You could see how the A category had a very, very fast and furious sprint, and it was a lot about timing, but you don't really know how to do the timing. But, well,
things are heating up now.
Yeah, really heating up, and now you can see Sanyath is really well positioned. We have perfect view, perfect. Now we can see the banner finish, the finish banner in the overview map, and now they are increasing the speed. Orange number from the let's see now if it's Veremeister. Oh yeah, Sanyath is pushing, and Carvalho from Tuga, he is challenging. He's actually coming into the draft, and Magnus is coming, and now on the sprint it was maybe the French guy Veremeister and Gomez. We will have to check then the results, but that was a super well positioned, well tactical draft by the chasers there. Sanyath started it, and unfortunately for him, they managed to catch his back and then get the draft. Super impressive. We will have a look. We will see also if the results in very short time. We will see the results.
And I believe we can just watch the finish of the C-men before the ladies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't know if they. No, here are the front.
Yeah, we can check also
I will
the.
keep a close eye on the ladies, but they are 25.6 and the men are about 3 kilometers ahead, so I think we can manage to catch all riders here.
And in the C category, actually on Zwift Power now, I can see at 26.8 kilometers, we had Chris Sullivan in the top. And then actually on the second spot, Alves from Portugal. So we'll
jumping back.
Well, maybe it's
Sullivan. Here he is.
There is Sullivan. So that is actually according then to Zwift Power, and this is pretty secure data because he had a very impressive lead. So Chris Sullivan from Eat Dirt, from Dirt, he is then actually in the top and superb riding. He's been averaging 3.3 watts per kilo, but super impressive then managing to be in such a big lead. So very
all
very
by
good
himself.
riding.
And
Yeah.
this course is really demanding, so this will happen in the lower categories for sure.
Yeah,
And
he has had some riders that he could follow. You can see here he's overtaking someone who is a little bit more tired now, but actually then he
jumps on his wheels and use the draft of him.
Yeah.
And you see his riding at 4 watts constantly. So that's probably a B rider or something like that.
Yeah, probably. We can't even see him on Zwift Power. So actually then we choose to not be too angry about this. We know Zwift are working a lot with this problem, that it's a lot of people entering races in the totally wrong category, but it's nice. We can actually follow the ones who actually then top perform, and it's the same.
You can see Tobias Svensk about 1 minute behind. I think he is second or something, third perhaps.
Yeah, but I think he registered in the wrong category too because he's a rider, I suppose.
Yes.
So it happens to anyone that they can be punching and jumping into the wrong start pen or whatever. But Tobias Svensk is for sure a rider, so he is not in the C category.
Will not be
according
in
to Zwift. No. Actually, then on the second spot, it was a bigger pack with Alves from Portugal, I say.
Okay,
Sjöberg.
There he goes.
Yeah, exactly. There's the sprint.
Sullivan, 1,000 watts.
And you see, even if he doesn't know that, he doesn't know that he is sprinting for the win totally alone. So he puts a really good sprint, passing German and thinking that he is on the top 10th spot, but he will be super happy, surprised that he took the win. So big congrats to Chris Sullivan for the superb win in the C category, averaging a little bit above 3.3 watts per kilo on this shorter race.
Here we have a ladies women's race front.
Now we start to learn the course here. They have the long uphill, and the group has been reduced to only 5 riders. 5 riders. So we have still the Israeli woman Resnikov. Nilon is there, Belforth, Kågström, and Ove Falk. They have managed to be a group of 5 in the front, and now it's Nilon and Resnikov pushing really hard in the front. And you can see the team Swedish Zwifters riders, they try to bridge the gap there, and first Kågström succeed, but now Emma has to do the same and then get into the draft a little bit. And it's really impressive push by Resnikov in the front, the Israeli rider. It's a triathlon rider most probably, and it's not surprising that she pushed so hard in the front. You can see here 320 watts, just push. very, very nice ride for the ones behind, but they always have to close the gap a little bit because they are, yeah, it's impressive.
Yes, she's really strong, pushing.
And then the chat, yeah, we have some woman that has been dropped off, and as you can see, Cotter half a minute behind, Sham 1 minute behind. Very impressive riding by them all. The three Irish. Oh, sorry. Sham is 1 lap behind, but Nichols was also there, and Svedström. So that's probably a second large group then chasing. But Cotter probably dropped off a little bit in the corner.
Not far now to go.
Oh, really cool.
He's going Resnikov at 7 watts per kilo.
Yeah, Resnikov is pushing. Even it seems like she's pushing a steady pace. So actually they can catch up and get into the draft. Malin takes the draft, but now Emma comes from behind and Nilon wants to follow too. Let's see if it's any possibility that they can catch her now. It will be super quick. Here we have. Oh, Nilon comes. Is it? It will be. Yeah, Nilon takes her, just nipping it by the line. Wow, with 1 or 2 meters to go, Nilon push and takes the first spot ahead of Emma, and then Malin on the 3rd spot. Wow, impressive.
Then jumping back to the
D category, great. Do you also have? Can you also?
I'm jumping into this.
Meanwhile, can you check also Anna Karlsson?
Was trying to find her.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, great. So actually, then we know that from the result list.
They are. We'll jump back. I'm sorry. We're still watching the D's, but the woman will be a woman.
Yeah, actually, the B woman will be a little bit ahead. So now to just get it straight out, we saw Anna Ronkanen in the start. So she's a little bit ahead. If you just click Anna Ronkanen, you can see her a little bit in front. Just click 2, 3, a little bit more in front. Again. There we have Ronkanen. Now let's see. Here, Ronkanen comes, and she is actually the leader then in the B category. So she has done it very impressively, following this riders from Germany, Ireland, and Sweden. So congrats to Ronkanen, and then now you can be prepared to jump back. Big congrats. Now you can jump back to the back behind. Here, great. So now for the second place then we have Rollins against Karlsson. So it will be a tight. We'll see if Karlsson can pass by Rollins. It looks like Karlsson takes it and Rollins on the 3rd spot. So big congrats, Anna Karlsson. Actually still in the lead then, but Ronkanen takes 1 more point, and then Karlsson and Rollins. Nice that we could follow the. Now you can choose if you want to follow the first C rider also with the women. It should be Tina Forsberg or Tina Forsberg, the German Tam, or Anna Kerever.
Forsberg is here.
Great. And then you also keep an eye on the D riders with the men.
Yeah, they are on the same spot, I would say. 27.8 in Ds and 27.6. So ours is 200 meter ahead.
Great.
But, this will be close.
And then it's interesting because with Tina Forsberg, then we also see the German here also, Natorp and
2 seconds back,
Tam. Yeah, Natorp and Tam. So they are very close. This will be a tight.
Here they come.
This will be very tight. So this is the front of the C women category. And Tina is doing everything she can to follow actually the A rider and B rider, but this hurts for Tina, and the other ones are trying to follow. So they will probably come all together. You can see how hard the B rider Walsh push, and Tina tried to take and close the gap and make the chasers suffer even a little bit more. But now Tina actually did lose the back of the French.
So she might fall back if he doesn't. Yeah, she's working her way back.
Yeah. So this is the front of the C category, and she managed to come up in the draft, and you can see the gap behind her, 3 seconds. Right now, 3 seconds or 30 meters, as you can see also in the bottom. Very, very good pedaling by Tina Forsberg. And oh yeah,
We are on the same place, I would
yeah,
say.
we have a little bit of dilemma here now because but ladies first, I would say. So
Yeah, yeah.
let's see. It's a very impressive ride by Auris in the D category. We followed him last week also until the end. So I think we can now gladly then, or without any problem, follow the women. They don't have much left to go. It's like 1 kilometer to the finish line. It's super, super exciting because they are a big chasing group behind. And now Tina even want to go up in the front to increase the speed a little bit more. Come on, ladies, keep up the pace. I'm getting chased by a lot of other sea riders. Can you please help me? She's probably asking
Oh,
for
they
that, but
are, they are dropped behind now.
yeah, they are
9
dropped.
seconds.
She did a really good push there, and the other ones, they don't want to get beaten by a sea rider, so they increase the speed too. Now it's only this small hilltop, and then it will be down all the way to the finish line. You can see the finish line in the upper right corner. You see the orange finish banner crossing the road there, and Tina is now realizing that she is ahead of the chasing German women's, both Natorp and Tam. They try to work together. They will take the second and third spot. You can see Tina really want to get to the finish line now, increasing the speed. Very impressive. It was so close. And you can jump back to the Germans if you want, and then we will have a look at the D women also here. Also close there.
Oh,
Here the
sprint.
Germans for the second spot. Oh, it's such a tight. It's Natorp just ahead of Tam. Very, very good. And Therese Kaldegård also, yes, on the in the chasing pack, and this was a big pack, yeah.
Here I come.
Yeah, here they come. Release the sprint. It seems like Anna Kerever and Judd is a little bit ahead, and then all the pack with Malin and
See if we can find the front. Is the
Therese
Liljekrok or
Kaldegård.
Engström here? No, she's...
Yeah, absolutely. Engström and Westberg should be together and very close
Anyone
after.
ahead of them?
No, not according to
Okay.
Swift Power, so that should be. So, yeah, Linda Puck Engström, we presented her ahead of this race, and she is there in the front, but it's also very, very tight here. They are working together, Sofia and Linda. Impressive to see. And who will take the win? They are both very, very strong. Now you can see Sofia enjoying a super tuck position, getting a little bit of quick recovery. Now they will take the uphill. And we have some D riders ahead, but they are not on Swift Power. So this is the front. It's not just that we want to follow the Swedish riders. They are actually the first registered in the result list on Swift Power. And then just a little bit back, we have Stephanie Held from Team Fearless. And she is now actually these two riders come together with the Sea Rider Smith here. So they have been increasing the speed now downhill and then taking this uphill together in a very high speed. So now the distance back to Held is even longer. But very, very good. They came in with a lot of speed in this hill. Very impressive. And now they benefit from that, taking a lot of height meters. Well, altitude meters and actually now Linda Puck Engström is pushing in the front. Maybe it's interesting. I think they both are on Discord talking to each other.
Yeah.
So probably now they say that, okay, let the best woman win this. So it's a nice it's a nice thing that they are talking together, but also, as you see in the result list on their right, they actually think that it is a French woman in front with 16 or 17 seconds. So now you can see Sofia Westberg do a little bit of a push to just close the gap to Smith and maybe then get closer, and Linda has to respond to that quickly coming up to the back. Very impressive. So they are unaware of the situation that they don't have to push all the what they have to catch up with the French women there, but they are trying, and they are trying their best. If they hear this, they will probably then be able to say that. Now this is giving a little bit more excitement to the competition though, because Sofia is really trying to catch up with Smith, the sea rider.
Now she comes back to her wheel,
Oh, yeah.
perhaps. Closing in.
So now they are up. You can see on the profile, on the overview map, in the bottom of the map up in the right corner, you can see how the orange dot there, just next to the road there, you see a small orange dot, and you see the finish, the set. They are closing. They are going from right to left. So they just have a little bit of an uphill here, and they are together, side by side. And this I would not bet any money on who will win this. I'm coaching both of them, and I know they are really good, and they want to win. They love racing, both of them. So this will be super fun to see, because it looked like Sofia Westberg was a little bit stronger just some minute ago, pushing to bridge to Smith, but now then Linda actually then managed to follow and is the one in the front. Now
She's
Sofia
not
comes up
giving
again.
up.
No, now
You,
Sofia comes again.
you
So.
saw her presentation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you haven't seen the presentations, you can see the presentations. We did a lot of presentations of the top riders in each category ahead of the start today. So watch the broadcast again. And oh yeah, wow. You didn't have any small Zoom broadcast from any of these ladies?
No,
No?
unfortunately not. I had on
No.
Lisa before, but she had passed the finish line before I
Yep,
managed to
yep,
get her in. But
yep. Oh, you can see this is really a cat and mouse game, because then Smith is really pushing. Sometimes she doesn't want to be beaten by the D category riders here, but the D riders are so strong. Both Westberg and Engström, they are pushing just to close the gap on Smith, and then Smith tried to relax a little bit, and they alternate in the top. Now you see how Engström takes a really sweet draft and just generates power to pass by and go. No, she actually chooses to stay in the back. She's relaxing a little bit, staying behind, letting Smith
using the
go up and
draft.
yeah, this is very good Swift skill. Why pass a higher category rider? I wouldn't do so.
No,
So
as long as you can stay behind and they are
yeah,
pushing good numbers, it's
really nice,
only
really nice.
counterproductive.
So a little bit more than 1 kilometer to go. Just around this corner and then a left turn, and then we will start the downhill, but it will be a little bit uphill kick before. So you see now still a little bit downhill, taking this corner, now taking the left corner, a little bit of an uphill kick. If you want to put some damage to the others, you can kick it here. It looks like Sofia is really happy getting the draft, and now they are increasing the speed. You can see the wattage is going up, 300 watts just to close the gap, and then back on very low wattage from Linda. She gets a ride on. She's very well positioned, but Sofia is also very well positioned, so they are both fresh. Who will start? Now it's not that long to the finish line. It's like 400 meters. They can actually soon see the finish line, and it's all about drafting now. You can see Linda wants to stay in the back. Sofia is pushing. Oh, wow. And they are... Now, Sofia push. Sofia push really hard. And Linda tried to respond. Come up in the back. But Sofia, wow. It will be very close, though. she's coming back. Linda is coming back and just taking Sofia by the finish line. What a sprint!
Yeah.
Congrats! And Sofia, what an impressive sprint. But you did not manage to lose Linda Engström totally. So Linda managed to gather, and now Linda is enjoying a super tuck for sure. Oh wow, big congrats to the two ladies, and also to the third spot, Stephanie Held. She's also then approaching the finish line. And then on fourth spot, we have Caroline Liljekrok. Fifth spot, Sandra McCann. And sixth spot, Nadine Sham. We have a lot of Irish riders. Then also Susie Madeira and Claire Ludlow in also from Ireland in the D category. So very well. Okay, we managed to capture all the finish again.
Yeah, and it was a real close race.
Yeah.
In many
It's
categories.
so fun with Zwift. It's amazing. They are super strong, and it's interesting. It's the same scenarios in every category. It's a tactical race until the finish line. Super nice. Well, should we go through any results? Should we check the replay, or what do you have for us, Martin?
Okay, let's see if I can get some results up here on screen. Get the correct screen.
Yeah.
Here we are. Move it over to here too.
Great.
Like this. Go back and change into the results. Here we are. Let's see if we find results for.
So this is possible for everyone to go step into Zwift
to
Power.
reload the page also.
Yeah, exactly. Check the results now. They are uploaded, and as we saw, Brian Hodges taking a superb win, just like a wheel length ahead of Johan Gren, and it's only 0.05 seconds, so 500ths of a second. And then very close by after that, also on the same distance, almost like one wheel length, Brett Boniface and Nicky Haag, Samuel Brännlund, Niklas Pedersen, Max Augt, Pedro Porlindo, Stefan Kirschmeier, and Henrik Öjer finishing up the top 10 list. But a lot of good riders there, and I can assure you the list is long. We had almost 70 riders within 10 seconds there, so very impressive. Again, Philip Sanyath taking his 5th win, and Magnus again on the 2nd spot. He's probably super happy, but 600 of a seconds behind, very close. Nice sprinting by the two really good riders. And George Carvalho, he took a 3rd spot. Mike Lister, Mark Anthony Jones, Thomas Jansson, Torbjörn Svensson, Danny Garcia, och Magnus Andersson, and Torben Oxen from Denmark. And in the C category, we have Chris Sullivan taking the win, as we saw. Super happy that we followed the right persons in the end, thanks to Zwift Power live results. Then we had Fredrik Sjöberg on the 2nd spot, winning that sprint. We can see against Marcus Fortschneller, Sorsa, Christoph Eis, Freddy Lisur.
You also see the time distance here. There has to be a lot of riders that they have ridden with that are not on Zwift Power. You see it's minutes between them.
And here actually, Martin, you can also see it. Andreas Kasperek on the 7th place. So maybe some
2.5 minutes.
Problems today, maybe. We will maybe get a answer on that, what happened today. But on the 7th spot. And then Antonio Gouveia and Tim Madeiros and Calvin Hill on the 10th spot. In the D category, again a win for Auris Pelanis, and he is now really challenging Peter Janeröd. Probably Peter is still in the lead, but as you know, out of 10 races, only the best 8 counts. And after Peter Janeröd on 2nd spot, we had Barthiola Bons, our Italian friend, Jesper Söderlund, Thomas Nilsson, Rib Biker, we don't know exactly which rider is behind that nickname, and Francois Barbosa, Peter Bolinder, Anders Pettersson, and on 10th spot Neil Walters.
Could we find the ladies race also?
Yeah, we jump into the...
That was not the correct one, but I will have to go out and find it here. Here we are.
This is cool that you can actually highlight and see our big logo there. Swedish Zwift Riders logo with a cup. In the A category. So Emma Belfos took a superb 6th in a row win. She's undefeated, and like always, it's a tight game against Malin Rönnqvist Kågström. Every time, and we must then not call Malin Silver Malin, because she's for sure gaining a lot of eager to win, and soon it will come for sure. It's just a matter of sprint timing. Therese Ove Falk on the 3rd spot. We saw Tonja Resnikov really aggressive riding in the end. Kudos to her on the 4th spot. Imogen Kotter on the 5th. Anna Svärdström took the 6th. Helena Bieber and Meyer Nichols on the 8th spot. Jana Hölzer and Svenja Betts on the 10th spot. And congrats Finland in the B category. Anna Ronkainen actually then 18 seconds in the end, ahead of Anna Karlsson, Catherine Rollins. They had a tight sprint there, we could see it. We followed Catherine. And then 2 minutes behind, Emily Sjögren on the 4th place, and just ahead of Jenny Schulander and Lynn Shields, Sarah and Santi Amantini, Anna G from Germany, and then we have Junalka Leiva from, is that Cuba or I don't know.
No.
Cuba rider, and Kimberly Jewell. She has been racing a lot of races here. It's super fun to see. On the 10th spot in the C category, superb win by Tina Forsberg, managing to keep the distance to the 2 German women chasing her, Natorp and Tam. And then Malin Bengtsson, Anna Kerever, Therese Kaldegard, Sara Ten Hartog, Åsa Fast Berglund, Emily Murray and Katie Pinto rounding up the top 10. Impressive competition in the C category, because we have Ann-Louise Ingvarsson on 11th spot, and she's overall the 2nd position. So very, very good riding by all the women in the C category. And in the D, we have 3 riders crossing the finish line already now. We will have more riders coming in, but top 3 was Linda Engström, Sofia Westberg and Stephanie Held. Big congratulations, and super impressive riding by all of you. What an action we have been entertained with.
Been another amazing race with over 1,000 riders in total. It's been very fun to watch, and hope you enjoyed the show here.
Oh yeah, 1.5 hours of pure entertainment. We hope that we have covered this cup, and we really know from your feedback that you want to see all the different categories. So we are happy to hear your feedback if that have changed, but otherwise we continue on this path. Thanks a lot, Martin.
Okay, thank you very much, and see you all next week. Bye bye, Carl.
Bye bye, see you next Wednesday. Bye bye.